This is the MTN 9 o'clock news.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday. I'm Andrea Lutz. A lot developing in the state of Montana tonight, including this. A California man who decided to take a walk on one of the most beautiful and sensitive geysers in Yellowstone National Park is sentenced for his actions, and the judge didn't go easy on him. We have that just ahead. Plus, an endangered species making its way back to Montana's streams. That's what experts are trying to figure out. We've got the full story ahead. But first, new details tonight on what led to an SUV plunging off the side of the Going to the Sun Road in Glacier National Park, landing 40 feet below. Well, thankfully, no one was seriously hurt in that crash, but still some scary moments as that car plunged down a steep embankment. And tonight, there are questions surrounding the impact of busy crowds in our state's national parks. As MTN's Marin Sue reports, a longtime glacier photographer who frequents the park often captured the terrifying incident.
I was hoping to take a late evening trip to avoid the crowds that accumulate during the daytime, and was hoping for a nice quiet evening in Glacier Park. And I came across 5 Glacier National Park ranger vehicles parked blocking one side of the road.
What Kalispell photographer Philip Granrud came across was this accident. Around 5 p.m. on Monday night, a car swerved to avoid another car stopped on Going to the Sun Road viewing a bear, and in doing so plummeted 40 feet off the road near Packer's Roost. Park spokesperson Lauren Alley says the extraction wasn't simple.
From there, our folks that are qualified in search and rescue were able to put their harnesses on, put their ropes on, and go down the embankment and do an evaluation of the patients in the car.
3 people were transported to the hospital in stable condition. Granrud, a lifelong Montanan, has visited Glacier his entire life and has never seen anything like this. He says he was shocked, but knew he had to capture this moment.
As a photographer, you want to capture interesting moments, but you also want to make sure it's tasteful and make sure everyone's okay.
His photo has been shared almost 300 times on Facebook on top of hundreds of comments. But Ali says even experienced visitors like Granrud need to pay close attention on the road. With almost 3 million visitors last year, everyone needs to be aware to prevent these sorts of accidents from happening.
Defensive driving skills are even more important on the Going to the Sun Road. So make sure you're leaving plenty of space between you and the car in front of you. Plan for the unexpected. If you see a car that looks like they might pull out of a pullout in front of you, they're probably going to.
In Kalispell, Marin Sue, MTN News.
And as of right now, it isn't known where those driving that SUV were traveling from. Some strong words from a federal judge in Mammoth Hot Springs as he sentenced a San Francisco man who walked on Yellowstone's Grand Prismatic Springs to jail. 28-year-old Jason Wynn walked hundreds of yards across that sensitive area at the end of May. He appeared by phone from California after reaching a plea agreement to pay a $1,500 fine, but the judge bypassed the deal, insisting that Wynn have both a fine and 4 days in jail. He was also banned from Yellowstone National Park. The judge said in court today, quote, "We will not tolerate people who damage resources." In Great Falls, a man is in custody after a standoff with police that lasted for more than an hour. 31-year-old Timothy Short is charged with 1 count of felony assault with a weapon. And just after noon, police responded to a disturbance on Central Avenue. They found that suspect barricaded in a home. After about 90 minutes, he surrendered and then was taken into custody. More information tonight on how Gallatin County commissioners will allow voters to choose whether to change their ballots to have no party affiliation. Well, now the issue is up to voters for this fall, and the commission unanimously made that decision just a little bit earlier today. And during that meeting, MSU professor of political science David Parker testified against the measure, saying historically removing party lines leads to lower voter turnout.
I think it was a terrible decision. I think yet again, people aren't listening to the research and the evidence that political scientists have written about for 60 years, that nonpartisan elections will lead to less informed decision making by the public.
And the commission argues party affiliation doesn't matter for positions like the clerk, the treasurer, or sheriff. Lewis and Clark County will get more than $27,000 in federal funds, this after a second year of pretty severe flooding. The funding coming from FEMA's Emergency Food and Shelter Program. That program helps with housing and feeding those in crisis. The region can apply for the grants through the United Way, and officials say this funding will help keep organizations that are local keep their doors open.
Especially with all nonprofits, I know we're down with their funding ability because of tax laws and stuff like this. So this just helps keep them going and helps close that gap when your fundraising is.
Over the past 3 decades, the area received more than $500,000 through that program alone. There is some promising news for those living in the Helena Valley when it comes to medical services and the addition of a new ambulance for the area. The city is currently taking bids for a company to provide ambulance services in the valley, and St. Peter's has held the contract for decades, but that contract is set to expire. So leaders are looking for an ambulance service that can work well in rural areas.
Local government, we have a responsibility to the community, to the taxpayer, to make sure that we are being fair, that we are looking for the best possible service. We want to make sure that we're transparent and have a fair process.
St. Peter's tells MTN News that they're responding to the city and county's request for applications, and the city and county will accept applications all the way through August 5th. Well, some proof that Pallid Sturgeon fish are spawning in Montana, and it could potentially indicate a big step in the species recovery. Northwestern energy biologists found several sturgeon eggs in the Marias and Teton rivers. Lab results must now confirm if they are a pallid sturgeon. At one time, there was 33 of them in a stretch of the Missouri River, and experts say this is a big step if they are spawning.
The ultimate goal is to get them to a self-sustaining population, and because they are such a long-lived fish, we started off with such low numbers. We're probably halfway to that benchmark.
It takes about 15 years for a pallid sturgeon to reach full maturity. The first ever released in Montana into the Missouri, all of that happening back in 1997. There is a push in Uptown Butte to get new businesses to move in. This after the federal government designated Butte as an opportunity zone. The designation happened just 2 years ago, but there's more need for it to really boom in that area. Now, businesses that do invest in the area could get a tax incentive. So city leaders are trying to get the word out so that maybe people will fill those vacant buildings.
Just a big building in Uptown Butte and you wanted to put a business into it, yeah, if you reached out to an Opportunity Zone fund and they deemed you as a project they wanted to work with, that's absolutely a great avenue for investment. It's also good for existing businesses where they could attract funding for expansion.
Those in charge of the Opportunity District hope to get a website up and going in the next week just to show people how they can take advantage of Butte's Opportunity Zone. Missoula County Public Schools Superintendent Rob Watson is settling into his new position this week. Watson served as superintendent for the Bozeman School District, but his new position is actually a return to the Garden City.
You know, it was an opportunity for me, professional challenge, and I think I was ready for the next step, and unique opportunity to come back to a place you worked before, so if that felt comfortable, so I was excited. Lots of things have changed, but some people are still here, and so it's exciting to reconnect with people I worked with before.
And so Watson was the principal at Sentinel High School from 2005 to 2009. He returns expressing a commitment to make sure that opportunities are being extended to all students.
You know, we just want to make sure that folks understand we appreciate their support in that way. Those facilities are going to be excellent learning environments for our students, and so that's really important that that I express that, because although I wasn't here when they passed the bond, I know it was a really big initiative and really big success for the community, and I'm just hoping that, you know, we can fulfill those goals and those dreams that came with that bond, and that's a huge responsibility, but it's important folks know that we're still keeping our eye on the ball and making sure those facilities get done the way that we said that they would.
A huge task in front of him, and Watson is also meeting with the Board of Trustees to discuss his plan for the first 100 days. Montana State University is ramping up its safety efforts. The school recently launched a new smartphone app called SafeCats. The goal is to connect students to police and safety services, and officials are confident that the app will be used by students when they do head to college to Bozeman this fall.
And many of the key features allow the students to contact police with just the push of a button. And it makes it a lot easier. If you're in a crisis, you don't want to have to look up a number, so they can just push one button. Another really great feature on this app is that they can have friend walk. So they can have a friend monitor them as they walk across campus. It makes them feel safer. And if there's an emergency, they just push a button and then we'll be there within moments.
The Safe Cats app is available for free in the App Store. All right, still to come on tonight's MTN 9 o'clock news. There's been a spike in fraud reports and billing, so we have some hacks for how you can stay vigilant about avoiding card skimmers. They are out there. But first, we're checking in with Bob about the weather. Hey, Bob.
Well, the showers continue to dump heavily across most of eastern Montana today, but we're starting to see a little break in the action. And what's coming next? Well, we'll tell you coming up after the break.